What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And what doesn't make sense to me is why the nasty, dirty, stinking, funky, crooked, liberal media, who is running interference for creepy, sleepy, sloppy, slimy, sleazy Joe and Chameleon Harris, would make a big deal that Tucker Carlson mispronounced her name. You get that? Literally mispronounced her name, and they're treating it as if he did something racist. Now, that is a very dangerous game. When you put someone on the level that if you mispronounce her name, you can be deemed a racist. I think they might be saying that this woman walks on water. Or could it be that they're looking for reasons to race bait? Now, you wonder why race tensions are so tense in America right now. I mean, just the other day, I think Tucker Carlson, a couple other Fox networks and commentators covered a story about a man, I think it was in North Carolina, black dude. He decides to just go up and shoot this little 5-year-old white kid in the head. Yeah, no attention on Fox, none of that. I mean, not on Fox, but on CNN, MSNBC, they got no attention. None of that stuff. They just skipped over that stuff because they've been laying the groundwork for racial tension for the last 4 to 5 years. I think it was also a couple weeks ago where a guy, dumb, post a picture of himself on Instagram or something with his knee in the back of a little white kid laying down while the idiot took the picture of it. See, just dumb. Nothing. No coverage. Now, why do you think all of a sudden things have become so tense where you're seeing all of these young, black, dumb, impressionable kids that CNN, MSNBC are using to push this race narrative? Why do you think all of that's increasing? Why do you think all of these young black kids are looting, raiding, doing all this stuff, burning down stuff? Could it be that for the last 4 or 5 years, they've been swearing up and down that every single thing that happens is racially motivated? So now we've gotten to the point where just saying Chameleon Harris's name incorrectly could be looked at as racist. But the liberal media never fails to stick their big, fat, hypocritical foot right down their throat. Now, after watching this clip, I want to know if they're going to turn the tides and call up, you know who, creepy, sleepy, sloppy, slimy, and ask him, hey, what about the other day when you mispronounced the demagogue Kamala Harris's name? Are you a racist? Let's check it out.
So if you watched last night's show, you may recall that during the opening segment, we apparently, unknowingly, mispronounced Kamala Harris's name. It is pronounced comma, not semicolon, comma, like the punctuation mark, a la Harris. Fine. It was a mistake. But it was treated as an act of bigotry, a grave offense against the honor of a sitting U.S. senator. CNN was outraged. With all the things going on in the world today, they wanted you to know that someone out there had mispronounced Kamala Harris's name.
I want you to listen to how Tucker Carlson, the best he could do was to somehow mangle her name. Listen.
Just tell Kamala Harris what to say, and she will say it. That is the whole point of Kamala Harris.
I call him Schmucker Carlson, but it's an ethnic term, so he might not understand.
But then at the end, it's laughable because he's like, or whatever. So it's like, no, it's not whatever. It is about you having to finally face what you have done to this country, to black people, to black women. There's nothing or whatever about this moment.
I actually try not to play that tape like that very often because it's not edifying, and those people are so personally unhappy, they're already suffering. But this was just too amusing, so we had to. By the way, all of CNN turned out last night to watch this show. One of them, who's paid by CNN to watch this, alleged a conspiracy. He tweeted that, we claim this was unintentional, but our show often does mispronounce the names of people we're critical of. It's the sort of thing on his show. It seems pretty intentional! Exclamation point. Then a senior political analyst at CNN even claimed the pronunciation was an attempt to play the victim in the story because Kamala Harris, quote, didn't appear on the scene yesterday, whatever that means. So, but the bottom line is, look, any criticism of Kamala Harris is immoral. Anyone who so much as mispronounces her name is a racist. That's what they're telling you. So with that in mind, pretty amusing to watch old Joe Biden himself mispronounce Kamala Harris's name today. Watch.
I told him I wanted to be the last person in the room before he made important decisions. That's what I asked Kamala.
It's just too awesome. Just when you think darkness is descending, old Joe Biden shows up and the sun begins to rise. Rescued again by Joe Biden. Thank you, Joe. What a bigot. Chadwick Moore is the Spectator USA Cities editor. We're delighted to have him tonight. Now, don't you mispronounce her name, Chadwick. She may be a sitting United States senator, but she's a whole...
Now, did y'all hear that litany of dumbness that spewed out of those analysts' mouths? I mean, are you kidding me? See, this is when you know that you're a propaganda station. When you're looking for stuff like a mispronunciation of someone's name to throw it into the campaign to try to make it appear that the mispronunciation of the name was done through racism. Did you hear the last woman? She was like, I mean, this is about you facing what you have done to black women, which is what? I'm not sure what she's talking about. See, this is when race baiting goes too far. It's dangerous now. When you try to put somebody on a level and accuse a human of being racist by accidentally mispronouncing someone's name is when race baiting becomes dangerous. Now, it's always dangerous. Don't get me wrong. But it's extremely dangerous at this point. She straight up said, what you have done to black women. Now, I'm not going to explain. I'm not going to tell you what you have done to black women. I'm not even going to go into details about that statement because I'm on CNN and I could just throw out stupid stuff like that. And my audience will go, yeah, it sounds good. And it's about time people put these white nationalists in their place. Really what she's doing is making their audience dumber, madder, more aggressive, and making the country more divisive. And it also is a light on CNN, MSNBC, the Democratic Party. They are ripping the country apart, especially when you throw something like that out there, as if Tucker has something to do with the downfall, the hindering of progress for black women by mispronouncing Kamala's name. Now, you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to set her up and bubble wrap the heck out of her. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Once, twice, 3 times. A bubblehead chameleon. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bubble wrap her so that she can receive no criticism, even down to an accidental mispronunciation of the name. But. Ooh, it's sweet when something like this happens to expose their hypocrisy. Now, just as I was talking about in the opening, that no one on those networks were investigating all of those folks that get shot up there in Washington, or all those folks that's tearing up Chicago, or the little white kid that got shot by the black guy, or you know, I mean, I don't even think they covered the knee in the neck of the little white kid by the black dude. And I have to wonder why. Because they're race-baiting propaganda network. They're fake news. They deny it, but they're fake news. And so now, just as they didn't cover that, but yet they had a fit over George Floyd and all this other stuff, well, they covered Tucker, his mistake the other day, calling him basically a racist. But I wonder if they gonna call up Creepy, Sleepy, Sloppy and ask him about that mispronunciation of the name. And the sad part about that is I think there's going to be many more of those mispronunciations by Creepy, Sleepy, Sloppy, Slimy. So now the hypocrisy begins. I am going to catch every single time he mispronounces her name because he probably just learned it the other day. All right, now, Joe, we picked the woman for you, okay? Now, here's her name. Oh, what? How do you say that? What, is kangaroo? No, it's Kamala. Kamala. That's right. I like Camelot. That was a great show back in the day. I think it was the Sword, the kid, something about a rock and a Joe, stay focused. What? Oh, yeah, okay. I'm ready. What's her name again? See, that's what's going to happen throughout this whole debacle of those two getting together. And I just want to see how many times they're going to get just disgusted and outraged over him hacking up her godly name, I guess. I mean, she's royalty. I mean, can't say her name in the wrong way to guillotine. You're straight up racist. So anyway, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. But they will look you in your eye and say, we're not fake news. It's almost funny. Anyway, God bless y'all. We'll see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. Check me out every Wednesday night live in Kevin's Corner on Facebook, YouTube, and my radio blog talk show. If you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, feel free. There's a link below. Check out Extreme Teas, my sponsor. If you like their products, put Kevin in the promo code. You'll get a 20% discount. The link's below this video. And then finally, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. God bless. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. And don't get caught accidentally mispronouncing Chameleon Harris's name. Take care.